Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com. Are you ready to correctly pronounce an important word? How do I pronounce it? Let's talk about it. I remember standing in front of a classroom of 25 Korean kids about 9 years old, and they were reading a story around the room. One of the kids was reading, and another kid shouted, "Hey teacher, he said that wrong. It's the elephant, not the elephant." So I said it out loud a couple times, the elephant, the elephant, the elephant. It sounded right to me. It was my first year teaching, and I didn't know the rules for the and the. So the student decided to correct me, and he said, no, teacher. When there's a vowel, you should say the elephant. And when there's a consonant, you should say the light. So he knew the rule, but did he know how to naturally use it in daily conversation? Well, kind of. Today you're going to learn 2 tips about how to naturally pronounce T-H-E in daily conversation. And at the end of the lesson, I want to give you an extra bonus tip to explain how it's sometimes used in maybe a little bit more of a confusing way. The first way to pronounce T-H-E is the. Let's break down this word. When we say a TH, make sure that your tongue is between your teeth. The. Or it's at least touching the back of your teeth. When we say it quickly, sometimes your tongue just touches the back of your teeth, but it needs to be up there anyway. So make sure you say th. And then there's a vowel sound after that. It's called the schwa sound. It kind of sounds like a short U. The. A common pronunciation mistake that I hear is students putting their tongue at the top of their mouth and saying d, like a D sound, dog, d. But instead, it should be the. Make sure your tongue is at the front of your mouth, either between your teeth, the, or directly behind your teeth, the. Let's practice a few sample sentences. These sentences might seem a little bit strange, but you'll see why I chose them in just a second. The menu is over there. I want the fried chicken. The menu. The menu. There should be a vibration happening here. I want the fried chicken. Do you hear that schwa sound? The. The company and the people pay. The company and the people pay. It's the main thing. It's the main thing. I'm going to quickly repeat those sentences and I want you to say them with me. Notice how the word after the begins with a consonant. That means it is not A, E, I, O, U. It is any other letter. Let's say these sentences together. The menu is over there. I want the fried chicken. The company and the people pay. It's the main thing. Okay, so are you curious why I chose those kind of weird sentences to talk about the? Well, if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while, you might recognize these clips. I chose 4 clips from previous YouTube videos so that you can hear the word the in a quick, fast sentence, not just in a lesson format, but in a conversation. Let's listen to each one a few times. Notice how sometimes when you're saying the, it is so fast that your tongue doesn't have time to come between your teeth. It just touches the back of your teeth. The main thing. The main thing. Let's watch these clips and I hope that you'll be able to hear how it's used naturally.
Our specials are on the menu board over here. Our specials are on the menu board over here. On the menu board, on the menu board, on the menu board.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the fried chicken special. The fried chicken special. The fried chicken special. The fried chicken special. The fried chicken special.
A lot of times the company would pay, sometimes the people would pay. A lot of times the company would pay, sometimes the people would pay. The company would pay, the company would pay, the company would pay.
That's probably the main thing. That's probably the main thing. The main thing. The main thing. The main thing.
How did you do? Did you hear the really fast? I hope so. Let's go on to the second way that you can pronounce T-H-E. It is the. He is the opposite of modest. He is the opposite. Do you notice the word that comes after the? It's the word opposite. This word starts with a vowel. A vowel is A, E, I, O, or U. So when we have the plus a vowel, we need to say the opposite. Usually, there are some exceptions. We'll talk about those in just a moment. Let's take a look at a couple sentences. Are you ready to practice with me? Here are some of the ingredients. Here are some of the ingredients. We're still saying TH in that same way with your tongue coming out. The, but instead, the vowel afterwards is not the. Instead, you're making a long E sound. The ingredients. The ocean is in trouble. The ocean is in trouble. It's better on the inside. The inside. Did you notice with each of these sentences we're adding a little sound between THE and the next word? Listen to the sentence. It's better on the inside. There's a little Y sound there. The inside. Is a word inside correct? No, it should be inside. But instead, when we have the, we're going to add a little Y sound. The ocean is in trouble. We're adding a Y. Here are some of the ingredients. Before we take a look at a couple clips from my YouTube channel, I want you to practice saying these sentences with me. He's the opposite of modest. Here are some of the ingredients. The ocean is in trouble. It's better on the inside. How did you do? Your pronunciation muscles feel like they've been working hard? Is your tongue coming out of your mouth for each of those TH sounds? I hope so. Let's watch these clips from my previous YouTube videos so that you can see how they're used quickly in natural conversation. You're going to hear the a lot.
Yeah, we actually knew a guy who was the opposite of modest. Yeah, we actually knew a guy who was the opposite of modest. The opposite of modest. The opposite of modest. The opposite of modest.
Let's talk about some of the ingredients that I'm going to use. Let's talk about some of the ingredients that I'm going to use. The ingredients that I'm going to use. The ingredients that I'm going to use. The ingredients that I'm going to use.
I'm changing my answer because
Theo, what about you?
the ocean can be in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm changing my answer because
Theo, what about you?
the ocean can be in trouble. 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 On the inside, everything is better. On the inside, everything is better. On the inside, on the inside, on the inside.
Did you hear the opposite? The ingredients, the ocean. I hope so. All right, let's talk about some exceptions. It wouldn't be a rule if there weren't some exceptions. Let's talk about it. Exception number 1. Sometimes when we're speaking really fast, we use the with vowels. Remember we talked about you should use the with vowels? Well, this is a little bit of an exception when you're speaking quickly. So if you remember, I was talking about my Korean students trying to correct me when I said the elephant is correct, not the elephant. Well, this is an exception because if you're speaking quickly, sometimes we just add TH plus the word. The internet is slow today. The internet is slow today. I didn't say the internet. I just said TH. The internet is slow today. I saw her the other day. I saw her the other day. The other. We pretty much cut out that E at the end of the word the or the, and we just say the other day. I saw her the other day. I saw her the other day. I saw her the other day. Really fast. The essay's due tomorrow. The essay's due tomorrow. The essay's due tomorrow. Of course, you can say the essay is due tomorrow. No problem to use that full correct form, the essay, but you're definitely going to hear native speakers say this in conversations, movies, TV shows. when we're speaking really quickly, sometimes we just use th in front of a vowel word. This is due tomorrow. Exception number 2. Remember how we talked about you should say the with words that start with a vowel? The ocean, the ingredients. What about this sentence? The European vacation was great. That word European looks like it starts with a vowel because it has an E. An E is a vowel. But listen to how it's pronounced. Don't let your eyes deceive you when you see the E. Listen to the pronunciation. European. European. It actually starts with a Y sound. So even though it's an E, that EU combination is y. So it's like a consonant. We need to say the European vacation was great. What about this sentence? They cut the one tree in their yard. Look at our words here. The one. The word one starts with an O. That's a vowel, right? So you should say the one. Nope, listen to the sound that the word one starts with. One. One. It starts with a W sound. So here we're going to treat it as if it were a consonant. The one tree. They cut the one tree in their yard. Let's practice those two sentences together. I want you to try to say them with me. Are you ready? The European vacation was great. The European vacation was great. They cut the one tree in their yard. They cut the one tree in their yard. Exception number 3. Sorry, there's 3 exceptions. What do you think about this sentence? Rick is the gardener on our street. Rick is the gardener on our street. The word gardener starts with a consonant, G. So why in the world did I say the gardener? We're supposed to use the for vowels, right? Well, here I want to emphasize that Rick is the gardener. He is the best gardener. He spends so much time pruning and weeding and planting and watering. He spends so much time on his garden that really he is the best gardener on our street. All right, let's take a look at a couple other sample sentences that use this emphasis concept. I'm going to say them one time myself, and then the second time I want you to repeat it with me. That was the best movie I've ever seen. Say it with me. That was the best movie I've ever seen. That was the movie of the year. That was the movie of the year. This is the best lesson on the word the. This is the best lesson on the word the. This is the lesson on the word the. This is the lesson on the word the. Did you notice that sometimes I used the plus best? Well, we don't often need to add best. This is the best movie I've ever seen. Because the word the, when you emphasize it like that, already shows us that you love it a lot. But when you add the word best, it's just adding extra emphasis. So you could say, this is the best lesson. Or you could say, this is the lesson. It means the same thing. Okay, are you ready to do a review? I want to show you a couple sentences that we talked about, and I want you to say them out loud, practice your pronunciation, try to say them as naturally as possible. The menu is over here. The company and the people pay. The ocean is in trouble. He is the opposite of modest. The internet is slow today. I saw her the other day. The European vacation was great. Rick is the gardener on our street. And now I have a question for you. In the comments, can you write a sentence that uses both versions of the, and the? The test was hard, but the essay was easy. And as a little bonus challenge, can you tell me which 4 previous YouTube videos those clips came from? If you haven't seen them, check out the description. I'll put links for all of those videos in the description so that you can continue learning English with me. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you again next Friday for a new lesson here on my YouTube channel. Bye! The next step is to download my free ebook, 5 Steps to Becoming a Confident English Speaker. You'll learn what you need to do to speak confidently and fluently. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more free lessons. Thanks so much. Bye.